There's a new space in downtown Sioux Falls for pickleball lovers. Parker Brown shows us what Remedy Brewing Company has been cooking up in a story that's new tonight.
Remedy Brewing Company is serving up a first of its kind in the area, a place where pickleball players can socialize, have a brew, and play the game.
A former warehouse next to the Remedy Brewing Company's back patio gave them an opportunity to do something different. With endless possibilities, it became clear that activities along with food and beverages were the way to go.
We're not reinventing the wheel. There's other people in other parts of the country doing this already. We're just adding our own spin to this wheel and making it Remedy, making it Sioux Falls focused, and hopefully really bringing that community building thing.
The sport of pickleball is the fastest growing sport in America, according to the Sports and Fitness Industry Association. In just a few days open, the pickleball pub at Remedy has seen plenty of action.
To have people that know this sport inside and out, that play it all around the country, come in and give us pointers and give us tips. We want to grow. We want to make this the best experience we possibly can. And it takes everybody's involvement to do that. It all comes back to that community, and the pickleball community is so welcoming and so warm.
Between pickleball and the burger battle, Matt Hastad says it's been a busy January so far. He gives all the credit for their success to their staff, who have worked diligently to get to this point. Now they believe they have a model for success.
With every concept we roll out, it's really about that community gathering, and we want our beer to be the focus and the center of that. But at the end of the day, if you come out for pickleball and you fall in love with Remedy, we're happy, and vice versa. If you come to Remedy and you fall in love with pickleball, we're ecstatic. So it's a great fit.
The Pickleball Pub is officially open with the same hours as their tap room. You can reserve one of these courts on their website. In Sioux Falls, Parker Brown, Dakota News Network.